turning stuff into symbols, and they all have hierarchies. You could be watching a commercial on TV for a new car, and this car, is driving on a dark night sky with, the stars and the moon shining. You're going through mountains, and you're having this ethereal, mystical, spiritual experience. You somehow find you relate to that, or you're wanting that. And so at the end of it all, maybe for you, a Mercedes or a BMW has a higher value than some other type of car. And really, they're all just pieces of metal that just take you from one place to another. To me, the Matrix ends up tricking me to desiring these things and thinking that, that they provide spiritual satisfaction for me. I end up catching myself and just saying, it's not real. A good car drives nice. I appreciate that. It's not the spiritual experience or the cool experience that, let's say the media or the Matrix will portray it as.
Well, I don't think I have to fight it off. My self-worth and who I am has changed. As a young man, I had great success in business. And I think because I did have great success in business, I probably am not driven as some others are. And I think that gave me a window of opportunity to see that beyond my ability to own my own home and have a sailboat and have some property up north, own a timeshare in Florida and all this stuff, I recognized that the stuff really didn't make me. It was the things beyond the stuff that was really saying who I was and really what I could contribute to the world around me. For me, the reality is that it's not the stuff that we collect, it's the relationships that we make in life that really will last. Those are the things that will continue beyond the Matrix. I think people that are insecure, they tend to want a lot of stuff. They want a lot to have the new and the latest and the greatest to impress those who are trapped in the Matrix.
It sounds to me like the Matrix takes slightly different tacks when it goes after trying to control women and trying to control men. It has slightly different ways of doing that. I think it's a bit more appearance-based for women and a bit more external for men.
Are women not attracted to men in the Matrix that have all the toys?
I think it depends on how into the Matrix you really are. Whether you've realized yet that that's not really the truth, that doesn't really bring happiness, or whether you're still believing that would. So it depends on how deep into the maze you really are.
I believe the Matrix has a purpose in what it does. It tells both men and women lies. It separates us from who and what we're really supposed to be. It keeps us from joining in unity. It keeps us from intimacy and closeness that we're supposed to share. And it does this by blocking out the spiritual and promoting its misconceptions and lies. It tempts us with its greed to want more, and it keeps us busy to gain those things that, in the long run, don't really mean that much. It causes separation between men and women. And, that's the sadness of the Matrix.
Yeah, I'd agree with you in that because I think a lot of it is connected to our understanding of what intimacy is. Stuff is really just the vehicles that can consume our time such that we don't have the intimacy that is required for men and women to really become unified and understand their unified purpose in bringing peace and joy and safety and comfort for themselves, for their families, for their neighbors, for their country, for the world, really, because it's connected back to the whole greed-based kind of stuff, where it's by greed that we elevate ourselves to be something that is then worshipped in regards to our friends and our neighbors, or the people that we think need to look up to us for who we are.
I would agree with all that too, and I would say we're being robbed of true experiences, of real experiences. There's always something to look at. There's always something that will entertain you or fill you up with something, and it's not real. This virtual reality has become people's reality, and reality itself has been lost, and it's a shame.
last star falls from the sky, when the angel of morning no longer flies, when all that you know ends in time, will you remember your mind? Will you remember your mind? Some people say that you learn as you go, time to discover what nobody knows. Give me the future, show me the end, when finally no one pretends. I heard you singing powerful words, secrets in passing shall never be heard. In the beginning, right from the start, you heard the beat of my heart. When the last star falls from the sky, when the angel of morning can no longer fly, and all that you know ends in time, will you remember your mind? Will you remember your mind? I brought you spices, I brought you myrrh, lost in your presence, in all that we were. I still remember calling your name, love's an eternal flame, love's an eternal flame. When the last star falls from the sky, when the angel of morning can no longer fly, when all that you know ends in time, will you remember your mind? When the last star falls from the sky, when the angel of morning can no longer fly, when all that you know ends in time, will you remember your mind? Will you remember your mind? Will you remember your mind? Will you remember your mind?
Be free to really see. Join us next time on Underground Streams.
Underground Streams.
You can contact us at undergroundstreams.ca. And for song downloads, check out beautifulflow.com.